sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed. We're ready for football at Huntington Bank Field here in Cleveland. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Cleveland Browns. On the visiting sideline, you see head coach Matt LaFleur. His team in the win column for the first time with their victory a week ago. On the other side, it is the head coach of the Browns. His guys come in off what he described as a strong week of practice, looking to put one in the win column in front of these home fans. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you, the kicker, Chad Ryland. Gonna get things started. And off we go from Huntington Bank Field. He's to midfield. And he finally gets forced out of bounds, but that was a fantastic return. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time, leading them out. The veteran quarterback, first-round pick back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike. I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically. They got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
Moving to his left. Now he takes off. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on first down. A pickup of 7. Here's 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Quick throw taken in by Judy. And he'll be taken down. But we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
First down.
Sampson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10. Task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. The run here, it is the rookie from Tennessee. And he keeps the legs moving, able to get it down inside the 5.
A 6-yard gain brings up 3rd and goal.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Cleveland. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. No problem there on the extra point. And the Browns will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Jaden Reed. Now a hit, and he lost the football. But this is taken in by a teammate. So the Packers come out, and they are led by Jordan Love, who followed Aaron Rodgers after playing apprentice for a couple of seasons. And now for Love, it is his 3rd season as the Green Bay starter.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end. And the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games.
Oh, big hole left side. And he will score. Marshawn Lloyd. Touchdown, Packers. That's his first touchdown of the new year. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
We'll go ahead and just seed the touchback here. This ball over the back line. It'll come out to the 35. The Browns offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll start on the ground with Sampson. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play. With that, I'll only give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, here's Watson. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Flush to his right, and that is incomplete. Dylan Sampson was the man he was trying to hook up with there. And it's going to lead to 4th down. They're going to go. It's Watson. Back to the open man. It's Tillman. And he will have that 1st down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th down. A play fake. Now Watson to throw. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. A give. It's Sampson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They're trying to work quickly here and put the pressure on the defense. Fake the handoff. Now Watson moving left. Pass to the rookie, Harold Fannin. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. They'll give it to Seth. Looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates. Last 2 runs go nowhere and sets up 3rd and very long. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away. On play action, Love. He finds Jaden Reed for the grab. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Love gonna give it to Lloyd. Room to run at the 35. And he's into the end zone. Marshawn Lloyd. Touchdown, Packers. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead.
The kick is good.
So after 1, it's the Packers on top. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute.
To kick off.
Here comes a return from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense.
Let's go now.
Hey, Greg, no one better than you to talk about the rookie crop of tight ends, especially at the top. A couple of guys who have Midwest ties, played in the Big Ten, now find themselves in the Midwest, especially close to Loveland, who's a Chicago Bear tight end.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Mike, when I watch Loveland play, when you look back and watch his tape from Michigan, there's 2 guys that play tight end in the NFL. There's the guy that you have to script open. He's going to catch flat routes and naked routes, and he's going to catch the easy ones, and he'll run after and get what he can. And then there's the guys, Mike, that get themselves open. They can win 3rd down one-on-ones. They can win versus press. They can win routes downfield versus defensive backs, not just linebackers. When I watch Colston Loveland, that's the guy I see.
And another one out of the Big Ten, Tyler Warren from Penn State. He goes to Indianapolis.
Yeah, and he's a little more of a throwback, right? He can play a little quarterback, he can play H-back, he can put his hand on the ground. He's still good enough and athletic enough to to play in space. When you look at what Penn State did with him, there wasn't a position on the field, including center, that he didn't play. So he's a really big, physical, run-after-catch. I think he's a good fit because, remember, in Indy, that Shane Steichen offense, they're going to want to run the ball. They're going to want to get downhill with the run game, offensive line. So I think it's a good fit because he's very talented in the passing game, but he's going to keep teams honest with his ability to still contribute on all 3 downs.
This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
That's good.
18 Cardinals.
First down.
Play action. Watson. This is caught for a touchdown. There is a penalty flag down. Let's see if this one holds up.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So, a costly penalty here. It wipes away the touchdown. On second down, here's Watson. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down. They'll try and go up tempo here as they hustle to the line. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Oh, yeah. Whoa! Still on the move. A tremendous return. He's already got him in field goal range. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Again, here comes Moore. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rough right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got the rookie out of Texas, Matthew Golden. And it looks like he's going to come up just short of the 1st down. Out of bounds, a yard shy of what they needed. They'll have to pick it up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Love.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Browns offense and running back Dylan Sampson heading back onto the field. And before this drive starts, we'll take a look at the race as it stands to see who might take home the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year award. On the ground, it's Sampson to start this drive. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
A gain of a yard. Brings up
Once again, it's Sampson. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of 8 and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Shotgun snap to Watson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. So on 4th down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland. Jaden Reed goes back to return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. Love to throw on 1st and 10. Into space at the 45. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield.
13 yards on the play. And the Packers, first down.
Yellow. Ready?
Love to throw it on 1st down. That's to Reed. He's got it. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
That's another Packers first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. He'll step up and run. And nice work there. Go into a slide and gain about 7. Packers going to use their final timeout now as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half.
Here we go. Ready.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Green Bay. Now Ryland for the extra point.
For the extra point.
He's got it. And the Packers move out to a 24-10 lead.
Browns 10.
Final 9 seconds of this half, and the kick is away. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
35-yard line.
Ready. Bronco leading. Come. Ready.
Out of the gun, Watson. The ball comes out.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put it into this drive.
Chad Ryland on now for the field goal. This from an even 50 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good.
Makes the score.
Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hansen. And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. Here's Williams on the return. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. There's Matt LaFleur, head man in Green Bay as his Packers head back onto the field. They'll start this on the ground with Lloyd. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 4. The catch is made. This is Tucker Kraft. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. On 1st down, it's Love. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
On the give, it's Lloyd. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
On 4th down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. Nicole Hardman deep to return. Oh, how good was that? Out of bounds, and they're going to mark it at the 2. The Browns offense and running back Dylan Sampson heading back onto the field. And before this drive gets going, why don't we take a look at some of the leading contenders in the race to see who might take home the award as the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. He'll stay on the ground with Sampson. Breathing room up past the 15. Good gainer there. They'll get him out of bounds up past the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 30
So, first and 10 here now at the 38.
First down.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Micah Parsons. He has been a one-man wrecking crew in this one. Fourth sack of the game. Moving outside the pocket. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down. Flush to his right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch. But I can promise you, the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
That's good for a Brown.
They'll look to throw yet again. He's going to run it. The ball comes out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down.
Let's go. Ready?
They'll look to throw. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Brings up second.
From the 2 now, here's second and goal. Sampson trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
At the line of scrimmage.
Once more from the 2. Third and goal. Over the top. He's got it. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown, Browns.
That was just too easy, Mike. It's just straight man coverage, great route by the receiver on the slant. You just can't give up an inside release deep in your own end zone because, as you just saw, it's pitch and catch.
An extra point attempt to follow. His kick is good. And the Browns are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Browns 17.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Williams on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Check right.
A good play action with Love. He's going to let this one go deep. That is brought in. And he's going to take this one all the way. 74 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. For Golden, the first-round selection back in April. That's his first career touchdown in the NFL.
Mix the score. Packers 34. Browns 17.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. But dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be taken down on the return on what will be the final play of this third quarter. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the end. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss. It looks like we've got an injured Brown on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Inside run with Sampson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
On the ready.
Not fun here. Third and a lot.
Ready.
He'll look to throw. Forced to his right. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Throwing now on first and 10. Out to his right. Now he'll run it. And he's going to be out of bounds following a gain of about 5 on first down. From the 31, here is second and 4. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Cedric Tillman was the intended target. And it'll be third down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And on third down, that ball incomplete. The offense staying out there for this fourth down. He's got the rookie third-round pick, Harold Fannin. They'll come up here, first and 10. Now, faking the give. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Cleveland. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. The PAT, up and good. And the Browns are able to cut the deficit to 10. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And that kick goes out of bounds right away, and that is a big mistake because that ball's going to be marked beyond the 40-yard line. So, a couple of first downs will give them first and 10. They're at the 41. This drive will begin with a run by Ward. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. Going for it all. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Matthew Golden. Touchdown, Packers. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Ryland's kick here is good. And the Packers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
First and 10.
On the
At
jump.
their own 23-yard line.
60 by 6.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Forced out left. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. We'll try and hurry to the line here.
First down. First and 10 at the 38.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
First down. First and 10.
He'll drop to throw. Forced out wide. He keeps it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Now here comes the screen to Sampson. And he will score! Dylan Sampson. Touchdown, Browns. Well, Greg, the light light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable with Reed, and he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Packers offense and running back Marshawn Lloyd set to take over. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's fighting to get free. A lot of work there for a gain of 3. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They face second down and 7. They'll drop to throw. The open man is Reed. He's got it. He's inside the 40, inside the 20, and he will go all the way. Jaden Reed, touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. They're going to try to run it in, and he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is. This taken at the 5. Now an opening past the 30. Inside the 20. And he's going to take this all the way back. 92 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. Greg, it is a beautiful thing to watch. 11 come together. We always focus on the return man, but the entire special teams unit paves the way for that score.
And all week, Mike, when you talk to this group, the coaches thought they had an advantage in the return game, and I think we can see why. They felt their scheme and their blockers was a great matchup against this kickoff unit, and in this case, it's very easy to see why.
And he's going to take this one in for the score. The onside kick backfires spectacularly as it's returned for a touchdown. On the zone read, he'll keep it himself. And that's going to be incomplete, but hold on. There is a flag down. Let's see what we've got. Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Browns offense about ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Looking deep here for Tillman. That is hard. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line. Here is 1st and goal.
That's another Browns 1st down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Back to throw. Rolling to the left. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is what?
This one batted in the air and intercepted. Past midfield. Inside the 30.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. keep those two off the board.
And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Now Love getting the Packers set for this two-point try.
Blue check. Ready.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result?
And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Moving to his right. That is caught. And they get the two-point conversion. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
Ken Black. Ready.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. On the bootleg, it's Love. He's into space past the 25. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he will get in for the two. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
52.
From the 6, here comes a return. He'll wind up getting this all the way to the 45-yard line. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got it open downfield on the crossing route. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
First down.
He'll look to throw here on first down. On the run to the right. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
They do a really nice job defensively there, Mike, of not giving him a clear running lane once he broke the pocket. So now he's trying to test his luck, extend this play as a passer, but to no avail.
Off he goes. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it's a win here for the visiting Packers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.